up. Cover me.
It gets in your eyes, it's making you cry, don't know what to do.
Need an engineer.
Send me an angel.
I'm an engineer. I'm an engineer. Affirmative. Yeah, boy. Good game. Yeah, boy. Good game. Bye. Auf Wiedersehen. Hallo. Hi.
Prepare to fight. Fight.
Woohoo!
Do you believe in heaven above? Do you
Dynamite planted.
love? Don't tell a lie, don't be
Dynamite
false and
diffused.
untrue.
Negative.
Comes back to
Jawohl!
you. Open fire on my burning heart. I never been lucky in love. My defenses are down, I kiss her a frown. Can't survive on my own. And if you get lost in contaminating my heart, I'll turn and run away. Every day we've all been led astray. It's hard to be lucky in love. It gets in your eyes, it's making you cry. Don't know what to do. You're looking for love, calling heaven above. Send me an angel.
I'm a medic.
Send me an angel.
I'm a medic. Yeah, boy. Affirmative.
Send me an angel. Send me an angel. Right
Let's go.
Empty dreams can only disappoint. In a room behind your smile. Don't give up. Don't give
Negative.
up. You can be lucky in love. It gets in your eyes, it's making you cry. Don't know what to do.
Where to?
Calling heaven above.
I need ammo.
Send me an angel.
I'm a lieutenant.
Send me an angel.
I'm a Deutschman. Affirmative. Yeah, boy.
Send me an angel. Send me an angel. Right now.
So guys, what's up? Greetings to Styler and all the other guys and girls maybe who's sitting here in the stream. And I try to cast it in English. I know you're here to hear the interviews of Dusty and Civ, and we will starting soon. I just want to say something about that. At first, thanks to Showtime for the idea. Thanks to Dusty and Civ for their interviews and communications and their time. And thanks to Homie that he still keeps calm. So I added a little donation button there. A donation line where you can see if someone donated in. We tried to get a little bit of money for the community and for the winners and the players of the QuakeCon event, so feel free to join if you want, and no pressure. And we'll start now with the first interview. And I hope you have some time and have some fun, because I can tell you that the first interview with Dusty will take along 50 minutes, and this one with Civ will be a little more longer, so we can kick in to the games after the interview. So, but I've talked enough. You will hear that my English skills are very amazing in the interviews, and have fun.
Then around 2002, I actually joined a German team. I think they were called BBC, Beach Boys Clan. There weren't many recognised players in that team, other than probably a guy called Shakespeare, who played with Black Bugs quite a bit, if anyone remembers him. But yeah, I was like 13 or whatever at the time, 14. In 2003, Intel Masters is the biggest UK LAN. It was a bit of a failure, and with technical issues, and we only ended up playing a couple of rounds and we got knocked out. One soldier died shortly after that. As I was saying before, we were not a top tier team. We were kind of playing in the Open Cups, clan-based Open Cups and stuff. We ended up playing the QuakeCon qualifiers for 2003, and we ended up getting drawn against Snaps, who were Euro Cup winners at the time. So we weren't expecting, obviously, to qualify. I think we beat them 2-1 on Assault. We didn't. We were playing on American servers because that was the rules enforced by QuakeCon, even though we were two European teams. I think Snaps weren't happy. They had slightly worse pings than us. I think a lot of the RTCW community were pretty upset because Snaps were a popular team and they were pretty much the best European team, or one of the best. I don't think Offense had only just reformed at that point. They were probably one of the best European hopes to win QuakeCon, and then this kind of unknown UK team knocks them out. Now I'm in a team called Last Chance, which is a callback to my old QuakeCon 2003 team, which was Last Chance. That's why we called ourselves that. We didn't think another QuakeCon would come along. I can't really remember much about it. I was quite young, but none of them are around anymore. But I'm still in contact with a few of them, but I don't think any of them play. Well, none of them play RTCW anymore. I don't know. Yeah, I'm just happy that there are new players. Hopefully, some of them stick around. Yeah, it's good. It's good that it's made a comeback. There's been a few people like Homie, Crumbs, Cliff Dark, putting in a lot of effort over the years to make cups and keep the community alive. So yeah, need to thank them really. Yeah, I'm ready.
Yeah, I'm ready. We talk to Dusty this time. English is not my main language. I hope everybody can understand me. And yeah, I have a few questions to Dusty. And yeah, feel free to answer the question if you want. I'm a player which don't play since 2001 or something like that. So maybe there are a few questions for new people and a lot for old people. Let's talk about you. You are Dusty. It's a name. So, but where do you play? How much time do you play at RTCW? Since when? And if you want, you can tell us how old are you? What was your main time in RTCW? Or Return to Castle Wolfenstein? It's spelled in English, right?
Yeah, that's right.
And which clans you played, and maybe give us some information about you. That will be nice.
Okay, well, I'm 32, 33 in 2 months. I started playing RTCW when it was released. I think it was 2001 or something. Yeah, I was on 56k as were most people. Just playing the big publics on beach at the start. Then around 2002, I actually joined a German team. I think they were called BBC, Beach Boys Clan. There weren't many recognised players in that team, other than probably a guy called Shakespeare, who played with Black Bugs quite a bit, if anyone remembers him. Yeah, I was like 13 or whatever at the time, 14. The clan wasn't that serious, and I ended up playing on some UK publics a bit, and then ended up joining the original One Soldier in 2002. That lineup had a few of the old school guys like Salvor, Ninja, Nuke, Precision, Neo, Kiz, that sort of gang. Went to a LAN 2003. Intel Masters is the biggest UK LAN. It was a bit of a failure, and with technical issues, and we only ended up playing a couple of rounds and we got knocked out. One Soldier died shortly after that, and ended up kind of merging with a team called Psychotic, who had players like Chak and Taz in their team. And that's when we started the original Skelesto team, which is the team that I identify my RTCW time with the most. We were average team. We weren't the best. We were kind of Open Cup quality, not Euro Cup quality. We had the odd game where we could beat teams which were better than us, but yeah, we weren't top tier team.
That's a lot of information. Wow.
Okay, maybe we can edit it down a bit. Maybe
we split it a little bit, because I have some questions special to the QuakeCons. But the nice fact, you start playing with a German team.
Most of the players were German, yeah.
Nice. Me as a German say nice.
It was more of a public team rather than going on Ventrilo or whatever. Or Roger Wilco, I think it was called. The original team chat. But so there wasn't really a language or communication issue, because it was just a public team with a tag basically.
But you played since 2001 until now without a pause, so never paused.
No, lots of pauses. I can't remember when, but there's been periods I haven't played for 4 or 5 years. I didn't play when I went to university. Didn't play when I first moved to London for about 4 years each time. Keep getting dragged back in by various people to play in tournaments, and then I get addicted for a bit. And then, I don't know how long this stint will last, but I'm sure I'll get bored again at some point till the next activity boom comes along.
Okay, but you played a lot of clans. I heard some names. One soldier. Was it right?
Yeah, one soldier. I played with for various one soldier teams.
Can you say which clans you've played in all the time? Which teams do you remember in all of the time?
Okay, there's been quite a few. You say Beach Boys clan, and then the original One Soldier, then Skelesto, which were also Last Chance. And then RTCW died a bit when ET and COD came along.
Okay.
So I played COD for a bit and then came back. I played for ACF. I think a lot of players will remember that team with the green and red tag. Played for a team called Whoops. And then I think after that period I played for the newer One Shoulder team with like Melanator, Sharky, Crumbs and that lot. 118, same sort of players. They were winning pretty much everything at the time. That's when I had quite a few breaks around that period between, I guess, 2006 and I don't know, maybe 2013 or something. Since then I've just played for, I guess 118, Dog, One Soldier, mainly with Crumbs a lot. Players like Clown and Knight a bit. And most recently I've joined Raw maybe a year or two ago, I can't remember, with players like Bully and Fro. And now I'm in a team called Last Chance, which is a callback to my old QuakeCon 2003 team, which was Last Chance. That's why we called ourselves that.
I've seen it on the website. So for the new event, we will speak about it a little bit later.
I can't really remember much about it. I was quite young.
Not a problem. But nice to hear that there are people from your old team 2003, or is it?
None of them are around anymore.
Okay.
Well, I'm still in contact with a few of them, but I don't think any of them play. Well, none of them play RTCW anymore.
Yeah, this would be one of my next questions. So, as I've noticed, you joined the QuakeCon 2003 with Last Chance. If I told some wrong facts, hit me, okay? tell me, because I got my information from an old school player which plays since demo version of 2000, and he said, I remember that and remember that. So you had a team Last Chance, as we heard, and with a couple of members. So where you don't have any contact anymore to one of them? Nobody? Or
I have a few of them on Facebook, but no regular contact with any of them anymore. Okay.
So if you want, you can contact them. It's nice to hear that you are in the same age as me.
I think there's a lot of people around 30 years old.
And quite cool that you're playing with this age, this game. But if you remember the last change, your team, did you get any expressions from the beginning of the team, how it will formed, and how do you play it with knowledge? We go to QuakeCon. Did you remember something?
Yeah, as I was saying before, we were not a top tier team. We were kind of playing in the Open Cups, clan-based Open Cups and stuff. We ended up playing the QuakeCon qualifiers for 2003, and we ended up getting drawn against Snaps, who were Euro Cup winners at the time. So we weren't expecting it, obviously, to qualify. I think we beat them 2-1 on Assault. We didn't. Yeah, we were playing on American servers because that was the rules enforced by QuakeCon, even though we were two European teams. I think Snaps weren't happy. They had slightly worse pings than us, being.
We all know the struggle with USA servers.
Yeah.
When you play in the community in the EU. Yeah.
We ended up beating them. I think a lot of the RTCW community were pretty upset because Snaps were a popular team and they were pretty much the best European team, or one of the best. I don't think Infense had only just reformed at that point. They were probably one of the best European hopes to win QuakeCon, and then this kind of unknown UK team knocks them out. And that's the end of their chance of going there and representing us. So Snaps folded shortly after that, I think. We felt a bit bad, but we were obviously very happy. We were a young team, so we had to get some money together. A couple of our players couldn't make it to America, so we got some ringers. Played with them for a couple of weeks, but it wasn't quite the same.
Yeah, can imagine.
We weren't going to win any games at QuakeCon anyway, let alone with our full team, let alone with a new team. And we also had a pretty bad draw at QuakeCon itself, in my opinion.
So the best example is that nothing is impossible. A young team beats hope.
We played well on the day. I think we allowed 2 passes back then.
You said you were a young team with young people. If I remember, you should be around 14, 15 maybe at this time. So like me. And so because you're a young team, you haven't any sponsor. So you, as you could say, you travel with your own money. So nobody pays that for you, or
correct. I think even the good teams didn't get sponsors. So I think Amnesia, I think their Benelux team, they were pretty decent. They're like maybe a top 5 team, but they qualified for QuakeCon. They couldn't get sponsorship, and then they couldn't go basically. It was a big issue back then with esports not being as it is now. So I think most teams had to pay their own way. Most of the European teams had to get their own flights and stuff.
Okay, so you should travel to that location and playing there. No online gaming in this time, so you travel to the USA. Just played against USA teams online, so with strange pings and something like that. And how strong the USA played online and how strong they played offline. Did you expect how strong they could be with the right ping, so everybody got the same ping? Do you have a feeling for that, or was it whoa, they're still better now, or something like that as you played against them?
We never played against USA teams online.
Never.
I don't think we ever. You win against a European team. So for the qualifiers, so you never. For the qualifiers, we had a UK. We played against a UK team and then Snaps. So we played 2 European teams.
So you played the first time against the USA team as you arrived at the QuakeCon. Yeah,
pretty sure. Yeah, there wasn't much play between the 2 continents back then. The internet connections weren't very good. So it was pretty impossible to mean, it's still bad to play against American teams right now. So yeah, it's always been bad.
In my opinion, it's very hard. So never played against them. Don't know their movement and play style. Okay.
Yeah. In terms of what to expect from the American teams, I think. Well, I can't remember the name of the team now. Was it Affliction or something? I can't remember the name, but an American team won QuakeCon 2002. So I guess they were the favourites. I think Infences came second or something. But in terms of QuakeCon 2003, I think the European teams were much better. Infences came first, GMPO came second. I think 4K, the best UK team, they came fourth. So yeah, I think that's a pretty good indication that the European teams were better. And I was considering that some of the best European teams didn't even attend. Like Snaps and Amnesia. I think maybe Rewind were around at that point. I can't remember. So yeah,
I've got the information that Infensos lost the QuakeCon in 2002 with 2-1 score.
Who was it against? I'm looking it up. So, Doctors. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so Doctors, and Ambush was one of the Doctors, I think. This is right. I don't want to tell any strange things here, but I'm looking at the RTCW.com history. It says it was George Wombat Relevant, Gusto R. Crine, and Wise Guy. Maybe I don't know who Ambush is. You tell me a fact that I've got a question to that. You told something about Four Kings. It's a special team, UK team, one of the strongest UK teams, as I heard. I only just remember the name, but never see them playing. So because I was too young, could I say? But you played on the QuakeCon with this age. So, but why you don't play for Four Kings? So if you was a strong player, and Four Kings was one of the best UK teams. So why you don't play for Four Kings? Why you don't switch to them, to their team?
Yeah, there's a number of reasons. First of all, I wasn't good enough. Secondly, is too young. I wasn't mature enough. They're all in their probably between 18 and 25. A lot of their players were old Quake 3 players originally.
Okay.
Yeah, they were too good for me. I didn't even really speak to them. I was just happy playing with my mates. I was also not very active. I always took school very seriously, and I was at school until 9 p.m. most nights because I went to a strange school. So yeah, I wasn't ever really able to play for a really serious team. Yeah,
okay. Four Kings was a sponsor team with a few games. As I say.
Yeah, they're pretty professional esports team considering the era.
So, as you arrived or you travel to USA, that is a fact. You will be 14, 15 as you travel to the USA. How is it even possible if you are such young? So, did you travel with your parents or?
Yeah, I went with my mum. Quite lucky. She had some family in Texas where the event was held. So we went and visited them for a few days. It was a good
bit of luck. A bit of luck.
Yeah, I wouldn't have been able to go otherwise, I don't think. Yeah, I think a lot of parents are suspicious of like online gaming and meeting people online. So there was no chance I'd have gone to America on my own to meet a load of 20-year-olds.
It's quite expensive. I don't know.
I worked over the summer and paid for most of my ticket, not all of it. Yes, we were lucky that we could stay with her family. But yeah, I was
That's nice. I don't never think about that. So maybe I thought, okay, my mom said, yes, you're a good player, and make it, son. I will travel with you to the USA, and you kicked some asses. No, you had some family there.
It wasn't quite like that, yeah.
So simple, but never thought about that reason. Nice.
Yeah. I think there's another guy in my team who was the same age as me. He must have been 14 as well, or 15 or something. He came from Ireland. I think he went with one of his parents as well. It's no other choice really. But yeah, the unfortunate thing about that is, I didn't stay at the hotel where all the other players were staying, so it wasn't a very social occasion for me. I was extremely shy back then anyway, but yeah, I think it would have been a lot more fun if I was like 18 or 20 or whatever and could have a drink and meet some of the other teams. But I pretty much just turned up with a mouse in my pocket, played a couple of games and lost, and then went again.
Yeah.
But it was a fun trip.
Yeah, if you were older, it could be more fun. Yeah, it could be more fun. In USA, you start drinking with 21, I think. Not like in Germany, you can drink beer when you are 16. In USA, it was 21, I think.
Yep.
And in Germany, I don't know how it was in the UK, but the first time Wolfenstein comes out, it was playable with 18. So I went to the Video World, and that's the name of the company, and I rent Wolfenstein with my father and said it's okay that he plays that, and a few months later it went on a blacklist on Germany, so you can't buy it. You can play it. I don't know how.
I remember
in UK
that.
You can't buy it every time, or is it the same like in Germany that you can't buy it?
No, we didn't have that in UK, but I remember that happening in Germany at the time, actually.
A big hit to the German community, I think. If you want, you can get the game too, but the most people bought their game in the local stores at this time, so there was no shipping. Shipping was expensive, and but I got a copy of it and played with a key from the from the video world for all the years.
Smart.
So that's a sad story of a German Return to Castle Wolfenstein. But let's talk about a little bit about the QuakeCon. I've heard about it that there are special rules. So in the beginning of Wolfenstein, you haven't that much scripts, and on the LAN events you get a special rule set. I've heard that there was no Panzerfaust limit. So I've heard about it that some teams played with 2 Panzerfausts.
Correct. I can't remember. I know that you could definitely have 2 Panzers. I thought there was a limit of 2 Panzers. I might be wrong. I don't think it was unlimited. But I'm not sure, to be honest. I never really played. I never played Panzer. We only ever used. I think we used 2 Panzers in the qualifiers. We had one very good Panzer and then another guy who sometimes did it. But from what I remember, most teams used 1 most of the time.
Quite interesting, because now the most people flamed about 1 Panzer in an enemy team or something like that, and you can play with 2.
Yeah.
Very strange.
Sounds a bit spammy. But yeah, I was actually reading some old forums around that time, and I think that some American teams were having arguments about using 3 Panzers and how lame it was and stuff like that. I don't really remember it being an issue in Europe. I think 3 Panzers sounds powerful, but it's actually not very useful.
Yeah,
most of the
Yeah,
time.
but the game was young and everybody wanted to test it out. So one question to the QuakeCon. There's a rumor I heard. I hope that is the right word for it. My contact, imagine a long pause in the QuakeCon 2003 on base with offenses where the enemy team, they told that the enemy can hear her voice comments, and there was 1 hour shitstorm, and they changed the seats and something like that. Did you remember something like that, or was it normal there?
I had completely forgotten about that, but yeah, that does ring a bell actually. I think I can't remember what teams it was. It was I think it was GMPO were involved, but yeah, I remember there being some sort of issue with teams like eavesdropping the other team's comms. Not really deliberately, but it's just, I think it's quite a small area. Maybe there's some fans like giving information or something. But yeah, that did happen.
Wow. Okay.
But I can't remember any more information about it, unfortunately.
So it was very serious gaming. So yeah, there was a very exclusive prize. So I think $20,000 or something like that.
Yes, yeah, I think it's something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I mean, we were never.
Yeah, my contact just remember that he is sitting in the Wolf TV castle by Warwich, and there was 1 hour where no one plays because this shit. I told it shit. So, but yeah, serious gaming, much money. So we all know the struggles.
Who's your contact, by the way? Your secret contact?
My secret contact, I don't know if you know him. It's Showtime from PMCG. Playing now as Stahl. Yeah, right.
Yeah, no.
And he gave me all the information I need because I was 14 and he was a little bit older and was in the scene deep. He told me things like I never heard about it, so that GMPO was known as my SUD before. My
sword, yeah.
Yeah, and he think my sword was the biggest enemy to Infensus. Was this conclusion, or don't know if you think the same, or
around the QuakeCon time they were the 2 best teams. So yeah, they were natural enemies, I guess. Yeah, that's correct.
What's your opinion? Which one was the best LT or the best medic? Did you get best sniper for you, or a best Panzerfaust, and a best team that you said, yes, that was one and only, that was the best medic, the best LT, quite awesome guys, and this was the strongest team you ever seen?
Yeah, I have some views on that. In terms of best medic, I think it was Hardnut from Four Kings was very good. He was around for a long time. He was in all of their teams. I think he's probably the best actual reviving medic. Best aimer around QuakeCon 2003 was probably Blaze from GMPO. Best sniper was, I think, Voracious or Civ. Best Panzer. Well, I think there's a guy that we played against in QuakeCon called Lynch. He played for NAF, a USA team. I think he was known to be the best Panzer in America. He destroyed us at QuakeCon as well when we played against him. So yeah, he's probably the best Panzer I've ever played against. I can't remember any LTs. I think Blaze played LT. I think for GMPO he was good. Explicit from Four Kings was good. I can't really comment too much on offenses. We never really played them. Maybe once or twice. So I don't really know the skill levels of their individual players other than Civ, who was always very good. Yeah, I can't really think of any other players around that time. I remember Dolt and Darv from Amnesia, who didn't actually go to QuakeCon because they couldn't get sponsorship, but they were both very good players.
It's
Yeah.
a long time. It's a long time. So
Yeah.
maybe not 20 years.
Yeah, almost.
I say, wow, that you got some names out of that from this long
Yeah.
time.
What other player actually? Creamy from 4K. I've listed quite a few 4K players because we played against them quite a lot. But yeah, he was a very good Panzer / L2 like in-game leader. He played with Last Chance and Scalesto a bit after RTCW had died. Yeah, he's a very good player.
Wolfenstein is a game that was quite active until 2005, I think, 2006. And this time, I think Enemy Territory was released. But there's still a community. And you said to me some minutes before that you quit gaming for around 3 or 4 years, make some pause. And what was the reason that you come back to Wolfenstein this year? So, what do you think? What is a special point of Wolfenstein?
Well, it's just because I've played it so much since 2001. It's something I've got good at. I've tried playing other games, but I'm just a noob. So yeah, there's no other online competitive games that I can face putting the hours in to get good. I don't really like losing. So yeah, it's just easier to come back to RTCW and be one of the better players than it is to try a new game and start from the bottom again.
Yeah, that's right. Because the community isn't so big anymore, but the most players in the community are old schoolers, so it's very hard, and especially for me.
As well.
Yeah, I played, and this time, as you go to the QuakeCon, I played in a fun clan with a bad internet connection and with a fun team. And never played in an active clan scene. As I come back with a better internet connection, better PC, and more time, the most clans are going away or still dropping or something like that. So, but nice to see that players come back, and I think some new players come too in the community. Did you think that the player base grow or get in a special direction in conclusion to 2001? So now we have 2020. Would you say that the player base now is a little bit different than the player base before? Around 2 years before or something like that?
Oh, well, yeah, well, it's definitely bigger now. RTCW is as active, well, it's more active than it's been since, I don't know, probably around 2007 or something. The gathers have been introduced and they're very popular. They've died down a bit this last couple of weeks because the teams are practicing, but I think after QuakeCon they'll gather. The enthusiasm for gathers will come back, and there'll be 2 or 3 of them every night. I don't know. Yeah, I'm just happy that there are new players. Hopefully, some of them stick around. Yeah, it's good. It's good that it's made a comeback. There's been a few people like Homie, Crumbs, Cliff Dark, put in a lot of effort over the years to make cups and keep the community alive. So yeah, need to thank them really.
Yeah, it's quite cool. And if you say that the community now is more active than 2007,
I can't remember the exact date, but I think around 2006, 2007, the game was starting to die out. properly die out for the first time. There's been a few resurgences, I think. Seem to have played quite a bit in 2013, judging from my OSP Debo folder. But then, not much from then up until 2019. Yeah, it's in a good place right now.
Yeah, it's a good place. Thanks, Corona, maybe.
Oh yeah, that was
maybe. And until 2019, I can't say if there was a good or bad community base or much games. But if I joined an Xmas Cup, there was a lot of teams, and as I heard, there was more teams than before. They starting regularly gathers in January on playing, and then in March they come Corona, and now we have the QuakeCon event. I just heard something about that one from the tester speak to one of the USA community, so and asked if there's still a player base and they want to play, and it was like a dream. The most people, they cried. 20 years ago, Bethesda, an official developer, asked for a 20-year-old game, so maybe because it's 20-year anniversary. And what was your feeling? Can I say feeling as you heard that?
I hadn't heard that story before. Do you mean one of the game testers from when it was getting made asked
okay.
to be a QuakeCon? I'm not really sure how this will happen, to be honest.
Maybe I got the false information, but now the result are the same. So there's a QuakeCon event 20 years after, or not really 20, 17 years after that.
Yeah.
And did you played so long and come back every time for a couple of years, or maybe you're playing public, or have you a special role in the community? Because I can remember if you ask someone in Discord, for something, and one say, ask Dusty or something like that. Have you a special part in the community, or are you just a player with,
No, I don't have any skills that I can contribute to the community. Actually, I'm a moderator on Discord, so I can do that. But I don't have much technical knowledge for troubleshooting or anything like that. I've never hosted any cups or anything, so no, I don't really have a role in the community other than
only a name everyone remembered because you played since 2001 and have a big history. So everybody say, ask Dusty. He's one of the biggest gamers here.
Experienced. But that's about it.
So you played now with Last Chance at the QuakeCon event. What's your opinion? Who will made it? I think the most people will say that what I'm thinking, but what do you think? Which team will made the finals?
I personally think it'll be us and No Pressure in the final. But I haven't actually played the other invited teams. There's 5 of them in a proper practice, so it's hard to judge. But going from the lineups themselves, and from our practices that we have done, I think LLC and MP are the strongest teams. We've both been playing for a while as well.
That's the opinion of the most people I asked. So most said that you will be the first place. So and against No Pressure, and third one will be
KIH.
in German we say KIH.
Yeah, the plus team have a good lineup as well. I forgot what their proper name is, but the team with the tag plus, they have a good team. They could beat any of the teams if they play well.
I'm looking forward. I will enjoy it. So my last official question is, in all these years you've played, what was the best team you ever played with, or you ever played in your opinion, where you ever played in all the time?
Well, from purely, if they all played each other right now, I think Last Chance would be the best team. That's because we've been playing the longest and we have the best computers and connections and everything. Most dominant team was probably 118. I can't remember what years this was. Maybe around 2007 or 2009 or something. Team lineup was mainly like Merlinator, Sharky, Crumbs, Junkie, maybe like Abort, and then me. I think there was a couple of finals where we played that. I remember those times being quite easy. Yeah, my favourite teams probably the Scaleste Last Chance, because we had the most history. Went to various lands with them.
Okay.
Yeah, met them all in real life. Haven't met a lot of the current players in real life. So yeah, that's my answer.
Nice. So, have you ever played in a team with some real life friends, or was it only online community, so online friends?
Online only. I'm a closet gamer. Well, I was for most of my life, but less so now. But yeah, I don't think any of my real life friends ever played competitive gaming.
Okay. It's not expecting that. As I started playing, or better to say, I started playing because I've got 2 real life friends, which are in my class at this time, which playing Wolfenstein. Joined, in my opinion, good teams, because I never played in a good team. So, but they bring me to Wolfenstein, and I've got contact to them after all the years.
Nice.
One of them is still living here in the same town, and it was, I don't know if you remember, I don't think that you remember one of these names, but one of them was Inzi, playing for Ocean 6, I think.
Okay, yeah, I remember that team.
And one was Archdevil, playing for Arc, and then for High Fidelity in the last years of RTCW.
I remember High Fidelity, yeah.
Yeah. That are the people which bring me to Wolfenstein, and yeah,
that's cool.
It's quite awesome that nobody in your real life community or real life friends playing this, not this game, but never played online or league games or something like that. Yeah, esport,
not on PC at least. Yeah, I don't remember why I ended up buying RTCW, but I did. I think I was playing a game called Serious Sam online before that for some reason. But yeah,
I think most people starting with Counter-Strike like me.
Yeah, never played Counter-Strike.
So now we got a lot of time talking about that. I asked you a few of questions and hit your brain very hard. A history of 17 years. I think we could talk a lot more, but maybe we make another session in the next QuakeCon. I don't know.
10 years time.
Yeah, another 10 years. what are your plans after the QuakeCon 2020? So, did you imagine what will happen after this QuakeCon event? If we play it, I never thought that there are so many teams online since 14, 15 years maybe. So, and we all know after the QuakeCon, the interests are another other topics. And did you have any plans for the QuakeCon or after the QuakeCon?
Really, I've been playing more single player games before I got back into RTCW recently. After QuakeCon, I'm guessing. Well, I think Cliff Dark might arrange a Nations Cup at some point later on in the year, which would be fun. It's nice to be able to mix up the teams a bit, so people can play with their countrymen rather than the same 4 or 5 teams playing all the time. So yeah, I'll play in the Nations Cup, I guess. I'm guessing the activity will die down a bit after QuakeCon, but I'll still be playing gathers. But also, I will be playing less RTCW and more other games, probably. If a team asks me to play and I'm not already playing for a team, then I'll always come back and play because I love the game.
That sounds nice.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's my plan.
A great plan. I never found a game like that. So maybe Quake, but Quake is a non-team player, shooter. So I never found a game like Wolfenstein for my own. And it will be great if there will come another Wolfenstein with the same features. Yeah, but
I hope so, but I don't think it's likely with games as they are at the moment. But yeah, we'll see.
So at last question, did you have any greetings? Anyone you want to greet, or have some words to the community?
Maybe just Sonnet and Wizard, my old teammates from Carrot Clan back in 2004. They've recently come back, and it's good to see them here. That's it. No one else.
Very nice. Was a pleasure to talk to you.
Yeah, you too.
I hope I asked the right questions. A big thanks to you and to Showtime too, who told me something about the history and which question I can ask. It was an honor to talk to someone which played so long, active in the community, and I will say thank you. And
yeah, thanks to you too.
So everybody, that was the first interview, and I hope you enjoyed it a little bit. I know my English makes that very hard, but I hope you get some interesting information from Dusty and new information. So thank you, Dusty, that you share your meanings, your ideas, and your history. And we will see him in the next games here in this cup. And I have a good and a bad news for you. The good news is that I can render videos and movies in the same time I'm streaming. So, but as I told you, we had a second interview with Civ, and it's still rendering about 13 minutes, and I need to save it after encoding so it can be It takes maybe 15 minutes until it's ready. So time for you to grab a drink and maybe make some food if you want. At this time it was a little plan to make a short call with Crumbs, but he told me that he is still busy and he doesn't know if he's at the place at the right time. So as he is offline, he won't show up, I think. So for you, I said let's take a little break, maybe a little video, a little movie from the RTCW history. And yeah, why not play the good old movie, the original movie from the QuakeCon 2002 and 2003 until the next interview is ready. I'm still looking forward for it. One moment, the most people of you should be knowing it, but maybe there's someone out there who doesn't see it until now. And after that we will continue with the second interview, and I hope you will stay here, stay soon, and yeah, see you in a few minutes in the next interview.
They got the documents in the room, but they are meeting up with some resistance. 4 now active players dead in the field. Make that 5. Now they're unfortunately I killing most of them. One guy, Arcane revived his whole team. 30 seconds left to go with 4 people, and he is reviving everybody he can, and they are going to make the rush right here. 20 seconds left to go. This could do it. Boomerman, take us home.
This is going to be close. 15 seconds to go. They are up the stairway. They're just about there. They're getting done. And you can hear the reaction here, Warwitch. 10 seconds to go to take the first point in the final bomb match.
that gentleman Wehrmacht not gonna do it. Valdez right there trying to get the plant, but guess what? Nice grenade. Good toss right there by, it is random. Takes out Champion and Mojo and Valdez in an incredibly well-timed grenade.
Okay, so who are you looking forward to facing in the next run? You think would be your, I don't know, maybe your toughest competition?
I don't think we have any competition. We're just here to rage.
Exploration of space.
Coming up here, 42 seconds to go. He's going to get that plant down just in time as Invertus being held big time by the spawn, trying to fight their way out. Now we have a double plant. CCM setting up number 2 with a little bit of help there. They are firmly in control. This plant looks like it will hold, although we've got Civ coming back up now. He probably won't get through here as we've got 2 guys on the tower. No. Oh, he does nail him. He gets
Position, Jeff T, take it away.
Wow, they got one dynamite plant, 10 seconds left to go. They're on top of the other dynamite. Did they get it? They're going to get it. Wow, what a
That's Shadowcat Civ from IN with the grab. Axis skis down the hill, but he's shot down again midair. Incredible midair action going down right here. Out of nowhere, somehow, the Infestants team grabs it and fences. It is Keen leaping off midair with a pistol. Boy, he was...
Here comes Radical from Infensis, taking on DR Revenant, takes him out, jumps off the side, and he gets taken out by Jordan.
Wow. Fantastic job on defense. Just incredible job. Dr. George just leveling the gun at him as he dove through the air, sliced him to pieces. It was a live body when it jumped. It was a dead one when it landed.
That we've got Infensis waiting for them in an ambush. I believe that's what the suicide was all about. Justice, do you think I'm right?
I believe you are right, but however, Dr. Wom Dr. Wom is escorting the allied Axis. Can't talk. Documents moving towards the capture point, Warwich. I don't see any Infensis inside. This might be. Oh no!
There's the ambush that I'm talking about.
Dr. Gusto and Dr. Wozniak now moving outside, skiing down the hill on the Axis skis, now moving into the main entrance. Warwich, take us home.
Well, Dr. Wozniak, he's caught. Down, incredible. Who got those kills? Dr. Wozniak, Gusto, and a Revenant taken down by Radical Thompson, but we got another grab. Who's got it? Axis that stole the document. It looks like Dr. Arcane, 39 seconds. I've got a lock. Now in the, I believe it is the South Connection, moving up past the half track, 33 seconds to get home.
Closing time, open all the doors and let you out into the world. Closing time, turn all of the lights on over every boy and every girl. Closing time, one last call for alcohol, so finish your whiskey or beer. Closing time, you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. I know who I want to take me home. I know who I want to take me home. I know who I want to take me home. Take me home. Places you will be from. Closing time, this room won't be open till your brothers or your sisters come. So gather up your jackets, move it to the exits. I hope you have found a friend. Closing time, every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end. Yeah, I know who I want to take me home. I know who I want to take me home. I know who I want to take me home. Take me home.
The team Sportscast Network.
Central access room. Already the defense is set up in their hallway, but OCR getting together. That nice little, hey teammate, watch this. Pow.
I'm learning German. Linus is teaching me German, and in fact, here's an example of my elite German skills. Are you ready for this, Justice? Here we go.
Yeah,
No.
I'm ready.
Slaughter the German language. Hallo, no. Nein. Hallo, God damn it. Hallo, zusammen. Willkommen zu den Thesen Übertragungen der Kerl invites RTCW. Jawohl.
All right, that's not bad.
I'll try one more time. I gotta get the crowd sounded ready. Here we go. Hallo zusammen, willkommen zu den Thesen Übertragungen der Kerl invite RTCW. Jawohl. So very soon I'm gonna just forget I know English, and every shoutcast will be in German, and we'll turn into the German shoutcasting network, and the English listeners are gonna be out of luck. Out of luck.
Yeah. That's not playing up to your target audience, my friend.
Probably not. We got like 2 German listeners who would probably be really happy about that, and the rest of our listeners, I doubt, would be too pleased, as it were.
So, nice drive from me to get some Warwitch into the stream. I found it on the good homie FTP server, so sorry for stealing homie, and thank you for the donations. One time's Showtime from PMCG and homie, very thankful for that. So I think the players will still enjoy it, and we as a community will spread it. I talked a little bit shit here because the movie is rendering out at this time. The encoding is still ready, and it will be saved to the disk now, and I'm still waiting the 3 minutes or how long it will take to write it on the disk. So thank you, CliffDuck, for following. Toryu, thank you too. And I just rapidly here for the people who followed and donated. Timid Dusk and Crazy Case, thank you too. So I just want to start another RTCW Frag movie because I think you know everybody of them or everything, and I try to take some time here until it is done. Still working out, but it's a little bit creepy to see a black screen here, and I'm just thinking about to put in the competitive history of the QuakeCon from homie, which he made 8 months before, I think. So he uploaded it 8 months before, and I will check how long it will take. So, homie, thanks here, thanks for the interviews, but as you know, homie is one of the community leaders here and puts a lot of time into that. So let's make him a little bit happy. And I will show you, as long as I can, some material.
It is number 1, numero uno, the one and the only. It is the Doctors. Give it up for the Doctors here. Oh yeah, number 1, number 1. That's right. We need the Nelly song. I am number 1, Doctors. Wow, guys.
So thank you, homie, for this great movie. I really enjoyed it. have fun with this nice editing and the content. So guys, I stopped it. It's ready. It's almost ready. I hope you get some food, some beer or some wine or some water or something fucking else, because this interview will take a little bit of time. It's around 1 hour and 30 minutes, I think. And yeah, if you think that Civ never give an interview because you don't want to talk, so you will get some informations here. You will get a lot of infos here, and maybe your deepest questions will be answered. So enjoyed it, have fun, you waiting a lot, and yeah, hope you enjoy it.
2002 QuakeCon is a hard thing to talk about because we were a bit upset after that, but in the end we were happy. We had ignored one map. It was called Sub. I don't know if it plays anymore, but we ignored it because we knew we were top seeded and we had to face one.
Oh, a mid-air sniper shot on Cindy by Civ. This guy doing amazing work.
But after when we came to the USA and to QuakeCon, they have changed the order. So Sub was the second map. Then we have to play a good team on Sub, one of the best teams in the States, and we didn't know the map at all. So we did. It was hard for us, and we got into a loser bracket after the second game. I just think that the RTCW community is a great community, and I think every player should try to keep it that way, and don't be haters or what you call them. Just be like the RTCW family, like it's always been. Help each other. That's the best thing. Game fans should come back, but that will never happen. I will also be happy, but it will never happen. Maybe I could get like 1 or 2 players back just to play some gatherers, and even that will be hard.
Take it down, though. Definitely, you're saying they took advantage. They did a little strong right there. Double up the ladder. Oh, a Panzerfaust kill. Ramsey taking out 3 with a Panzerfaust, including Summel. Engineer down for Infested. They're not going to be planting any soon. You can't revive that. Yeah, definitely.
I will give it a try again on Gather, but I think I will give it a try after QuakeCon where the hype is a bit lower. And just because I got a config from Malmen.
Yeah, for the folks online, I've interviewed Civ today, and yeah, as you can hear, English is not my first language, so I hope you can understand me. But I heard about that Civ also have some problems to talk English, but as I heard, he made it very good. So
we will see.
Yeah. So at the first of the beginning, I've got I've got hints that you never have an interview before, or nobody talks to you before.
That's true. I haven't never had a live interview. I kind of dislike it. I don't really know, because I want the time to answer the questions so I don't get them wrong.
Ah, okay. So it's a promotion for me.
Yeah.
That I can talk to you. It's very cool. Thank you at the first that you say yes to make an interview. And yeah, for all the players like me, which wasn't involved all the time since Wolfenstein started 2001, let's talk about you. It will be cool if you got some information from you. So you can told me how old are you, but it's not a must. So you can. But we all want to know what was your active time in the community or in Wolfenstein, and which clans do you play? And yeah, just start.
Yeah. You want to know about my active time?
Yeah, active time.
Yeah. Okay.
Which clans
Well, yeah, it all started with some friends. I went to school and we started to play Wolfenstein, and we made a clan that called Peacemakers. And actually, we fake nicked it, and we just had fake nicks because some of us was old Quake players, and we had a name in Quake, so we didn't want to have people recognize us. So we made a fake nick clan, or what you say? You call it Peacemakers. I think my name was Vasilla or something because I like the sniper. And we did okay with that team, and then we started to play against other Swedish clan called Moral Decay, and they had players like Sod, Sumel, Ive, Keen, and Radical, and players like that. And we talked for a while, and then there was a clan called Mirage, a Finnish clan, who dominated the scene, and we really wanted to beat them. So we did a mixed team with those clans, and I don't want to brag, but we did quite good against them.
Yeah,
in our tracks. So after that game, I think it was like, we have to do a team together. And we did Infensus back then. It took some time to get the name right, but the offensive means aggressive aim or in Latin or something. And when we heard that, it was, that's the name. And after that, we had our lineup, and we did quite good in QuakeCon 2002, but it was a struggle year for us. I don't know if you know the history about that year. I think we have some interviews about it, but we had to cut 2 players off in 2-3 weeks before the QuakeCon 2002. Some of the best players in our team, Ive and Wiz, they were very good, and that was quite hard. But then we ended up with Radical and Keen, and they were doing some magical things at QuakeCon, so it helped us a lot in the end. What do you want to know more?
So it's very cool to hear that you started like me, but I wasn't that good player like you. But I started with some friends in school too, same class. They brought me to Wolfenstein, called Inzi and Archdevil, played in some high minus clans, but I think you will never met them. But I talked to Dusty before, and he was a lone player, so no friends which played this game, and he started playing for his own. And nice to hear that you have the same start. And if I understand you right, you never played in another team I said Infensus. Because or
not
did you
really.
play
It was Peacemakers from the start.
yeah,
And
but
after that, we started to play with Infenses. And I had, I think it was back in 2003 or 4 or something, we did manage a GMPO clan with other players. It was me, Sumel, Sod, and Behu. I don't really remember the team. But we were an international team.
Yeah, but the first team was the same lineup you took to Infensus, or did the most people switch? So you start with your friends and still playing with them, or did you rotate and some people gone and your friends gone and you play with another lineup? So I thought...
Yeah, we were the three in real lifetime friends from my old Peacemakers team that got into the Infensus. It was me, Sam, and Wiz. We were friends in our town, and we were what do you say, founders of Infensus together with the others from Mordecai.
Okay,
So,
yeah.
And we also had one player from Snaps. He was called Sweet, if I remember right. So we had a really good lineup.
Yeah, I heard Snaps. I heard sometimes before.
Yeah, they were good. They were good.
Yeah, good European team, and as Dusty told me, they played against them.
Yeah, that could be right. It was a Swedish team also.
Ah, okay. Yeah, and then you told me Snaps was a very good team, and yeah. And yeah, but you played on the QuakeCon 2002 and 2003 too. Let's talk about the first 2002. You played in the finals?
It was Doctors.
And it was strange because you've played a very good game and you lost 2 against 1.
I think it was 3-1 or something. But 2002 QuakeCon is a hard thing to talk about because we were a bit upset after that. But in the end, we were happy that we succeeded to get to the final. But as I told you before, like 2 or 3 weeks before the QuakeCon, we lost 2 players that was in our main lineup.
Yeah.
And we had the stand-ins, Radical and Keen, and they did very good. But it was hard to take into stand-ins in such a short while for. But that did good. But when we come to QuakeCon, that was I think it was the most upsetting thing. This changed the structure of the map, the order. So we had ignored one map. It was called Sub. I don't know if they plays anymore. But
not really. But yeah,
we ignored it because we knew we were top seeded and we had to face a quite not that good team on that map. But after when we came to the USA and to the QuakeCon, they have changed the order. So Sub was the second map.
Oh, well. So
and then we have
twice, yeah.
Yeah. So then we have to play a good team on Sub, one of the best teams in the States, and we didn't know the map at all. So we did. It was hard for us, and we got into the loser bracket after the second game. Then we have to play game after game after game after game, and we were so tired when we came to the final. And we went up to the admins and told them we have to have some food before the final. We haven't eaten. We don't just play.
Wow, okay.
And so we got some sandwiches to the finals. We were eating during the final. So there was a bit upset there. We couldn't focus really, and we were a bit exhausted in the final. But after all the things that happened, I think we finally could focus on the game, but I think we had maybe we could have done better if they didn't change the order, or we had gotten some food before. But the Doctors were but the Doctors were a very good team. I think they maybe should have won either way. But it's a bit upset to have in your history. You also remember the bad things.
Yeah,
but
because that is that was what kicked in. So
the sub really messed things up for all the Euro team. It was not just for Infensus, because all the European teams were so focused, and a sub was the first map. So a lot of the Europe team, the good European teams, went to the loser bracket. We have teams like MTV and BOH. They were so master teams, but they also had a very hard on sub. I think they some lost there also. I don't really remember. And in our what we planned or what we hoped for was to meet a European team in the final on ice, because we thought every European team will win on Assault, Beach, and Base. But we were better than the American teams. But after the switch, some of the teams, the European teams, had to face each other before that. So yeah, that's QuakeCon 2002. But we managed to get to the final, and we were happy about that. Second place was good.
If I heard that, so much shit was going on to you, so I imagine the most teams which lost 2 main players before, 2 or 3 weeks before, will drop or will lost instantly, because you only have 2 weeks to play and get in touch with the other guys and
the other guys the other guys, Radical and Keen, were old Moral Decay players. So they have played with Samuel and Sad before, but they haven't played with us before. Me and Wiz and Sam, we hadn't played with them before. So it was not that hard, but it was hard. But Wiz wasn't in the first QuakeCon. Now I remember. Wiz was in the second QuakeCon. It was me and Sam from my friends from back home. And then it was so it was mostly Moral Decay players on that team that year.
Okay. Yeah, I heard some other point from interview of Dusty. They lost 2 or 3 players from the main lineup too, but 2-3 months before the QuakeCon, so they have more time to prepare. But 2 weeks before is very hard, and the other facts. Not playing the map, or the map change was made there, you can say, and no slap, you're not slept, you not eat. 2 facts where I get dizzy and raging, and play. Yeah,
things happens, but it was quite a lot of negative things that happened, and both Eve and Wiz, like, they were, Eve was maybe one of the best players in the team back then, maybe the top player in Infensus, and that he stopped. Also, Wiz was very, very good. Both their players stopped play, and it was hard for a while there. But so as I said before, both Keen and Radical did miracle things at QuakeCon, so they did very good.
I have one fact for you. You made a spectacular dog secure against Ambush on ice, if I'm right, if I get the right information, on the QuakeCon 2002. Did you remember
that? I've seen that
for sure.
Clip many times. It's a favorite for me, and it's for me to like remember the tournament. I can just watch that clip and yeah, okay, that happened. So it's a good clip, and I'm happy it got clipped.
Yeah, it will never forget, I think. The internet won't forget, so it will be there the next 100 years if it don't collapse. So, yeah.
If they still remember the RTCW in 100 years.
Yeah. So you travel to the QuakeCon. Maybe some players or some listeners won't imagine that, but online gaming wasn't such big at this time like nowadays, and the biggest events are offline. That's still so now, but you're traveling to the USA. It's a big travel with a big amount of money, and I don't know how old are you at this time. I talked to Dusty, he was my age and very young as he traveled there, but he paid for the traveling at his own. And did you
back in 2002 we paid by our own,
okay,
the whole team.
So no sponsor there,
no
or
sponsor
something
at all.
Yeah. So okay, but you can travel without problems, but with a lot of money. I don't know how much it costs to travel in the USA 20 years before, but now it's very expensive. So
I don't really remember how much it cost also, but we didn't stay at the hotel where the tournament was, so we had to every day we had to walk or take the cab.
Okay.
Quite a while, but yeah, it was good. It wasn't that expensive, I remember right. So don't really remember exactly, but let's say $1,000 or something.
Yeah,
maybe.
It's a lot of. I think it's a lot of money. But
yeah, it is a lot of money, but it wasn't like that. Oh, we can't do it. It was like, we do it. We know we will. We didn't know, but we hoped we will manage to get to top 3. And if we did that, we know we will get the money back.
And you did.
And we did.
Yeah, it was a risk, but you made it, and it's still cool. And because of the fact I don't know, did you play against one USA team before online, or was it the first time that you play against an American team?
There was online qualifications for 2002. That and or was it for 2003? I don't really remember. There was online qualification for 1 year, and it was hard. We had to play on US servers, and we met US teams, American teams on American servers. So we played Assault, I think, and we couldn't hit with the snipers. It was you couldn't hit them. It was insanely. So we changed the tactics during that game. I remember to 2 Panzers, just to have the chance to hit them. And after that, we won quite easily. But it was hard in the beginning. We couldn't hit their snipers.
Yeah, the ping adventure is quite there until now. Yeah, but I can feel you when you say you can't hit them. Dusty reported me something like that. USA servers but they played against European teams most, and the first time they played on the US teams, I don't know. I won't talk too much shit, but yeah, US servers is quite hard, and when you play against a US team on a US server, you got better pings.
It felt like they tried to make us lose because we met a quite good team in the online seedings. We didn't understand why we were seeded against that team. I don't remember what team it was, but it was like, why? And we had like feelings like okay, they are trying to get us out of a tournament because they don't want us there or something like that.
Okay, I've heard about such things. Yeah. And another thing that you told to me is a fact that I've got as a question here, because we weren't really sure if that was right, but you said there was a Panzerfaust limit of 2 or 3. Was there a Panzerfaust limit, because you said you played with 2 Panzerfausts?
I think it was a Panzer limit with 2, I think, yeah. Many teams had 2 Panzers on base, so
sounds terrible. Today one is enough, but 2.
Yeah, I don't understand why they had 2, because when you have used your Panzer, if you miss the Panzer, you're fucked.
Yeah.
So if they have 2 Panzers and you lure them out, we did that quite often when we met the good Panzer team. We lured the Panzer to shoot, and then we just rolled over them. And if they had 2, it was quite easy. If just make them miss, and then you win.
So was it only one session where you played with 2 Panzers, or with 2 Panzers, or did you play a lot of games with 2 Panzers, or did you say, okay, we make an aim team, only aim power, and play?
Well, in 2002 we did we just had 1 Panzer in fences, and the role with the Panzer was like, okay, let's have a Panzer. And it was not. We didn't have 1 Panzer that always played Panzer. It was like me or someone, or sometimes it was Samuel, or someone just picked up this Panzer and made a shot. We didn't have 1 dedicated to it. But in 2003, when the game stepped up a bit, or a lot, I think, it was even more tactical in 2003. We played really around the Panzer. We focused so much on the Panzer to make the Panzer hits worth it, if you know what I'm meaning.
Yeah.
So in all the maps we had we have spots that we say, Panzer shoot at number 1, and the Panzer could shoot in the blind. Yeah, but he knew that there were people and in the spot number 1. So we did in 2003 it was more about the Panzer, but in 2003 we had sometimes 2 Panzers, if I remember right. I had quite a free role in 2003, also in 2002, that I could be any class I wanted, often in defense. So I saw what we needed, and then I picked that role. So sometimes I just took the Panzer and made 1 shot and throwing nade, and then I went back to lieutenant or medic or sniper, whatever we wanted or needed.
So you are a all-around guy, so no special class, so you can play everything. Sounds like that.
Yeah, back in those days I was everything. My strongest game was my game sense. I knew what the other team were doing. I knew where the build-up was going. So that was my I was like the in-game leader often, and I told them, now we have to do like this because they are doing like this. So we had what do you call it? We have many in-game leaders, but I hope no one will slice my throat now. But I think I made the calls for when we changed the strats during the games.
Yeah, so I know that you are the clan leader and the in-game leader, the team leader. It must be the same person at once. So some people made a clan, and the in-game leading made another one because he got more power or more tactics or something, or got more charismatic. Don't know, but yeah.
Yeah, RTCW for me at that time was my life. I dedicated everything to it. So I don't know. I played, mostly 6, 7, maybe 8 hours a day, almost every day. So it would be almost sad if I didn't do good in a game when I played that much. And I loved it. I loved the game. I love the community, and I will never talk bad about that game because it was one of the best times in my life when I played a game. So I haven't played a game that was this like RTCW, that intense and that team-based again. It was the feeling when you dominated a team and when every strat worked. You can't explain that to anyone.
I know what you mean, because for me it was the fact that I grew up with it and I never played a game like that. I switched from, I have a bad internet connection and wasn't such good that I was young, bad internet connection, played with a fun clan because nobody want to take one which played with 150 ping and plays 2 hours a day maybe. But I grew up with it and never found a game with this in-game feeling, I can say. So it was a Quake for teams. So I can't play Quake because it was too fast and didn't hit me so much. But you have a very fast gameplay. It was a tactic game, not camping like Counter-Strike or something else. And I don't know if Call of Duty was there on the market at this time. I don't think so, but it was different.
The Call of Duty came like 2003 or 4 or something. I think.
And yeah, and it was Wolfenstein every time, so never played a game like that. So, you said before that as Infensys was created, was it your choice to make it to Infensys? So, are you the clan leader, or was it one of your friends would say, okay, now we take the name Infensys, and Infensys was born?
Well, I think I said it before, because we were 2 good teams in Sweden, and we were actually 3 good teams. We had Peacemakers that I played for, and we had Molotov K, and we have Snaps. We were 3 good teams, but we couldn't beat the Mirage team, Finnish team. They were good. And then me, Sam and Wiz from Peacemakers went to and Sumel, Sod and Ive from Mordecai. We made Infensys together with the one guy from Snaps who was nicknamed Sweet. And we played some pracs against Mirage, and we won every game against them. And then we, as I said before, we have to make a team. And when we made a team, we were what should we call? And I think it was Sam that founded the name Infensys. And it's called aggressive aim in Latin, and I think it's more than aggressive aim, I think.
And
I'm googling right now.
There was one of the best teams ever. Starting with some real life friends. Did you have any contacts to your friends or to one of the team from Infensys now?
Yeah, the team from 2003, we have a group of Facebook chat group where we sometimes just write stuff, no matter. So yeah, and me and Sam we our children are about the same age, so we meet up quite often. And he was in the team that in 2002. He wasn't with us in 2003.
Sounds very nice that you have contacts to the two old school people. So
yeah, we
a real life friend.
we also have contact with. He's also a real time friend. But Soden, Summel, and Spear, and Humbre, and the other dudes, we just Facebook sometimes.
That's cool. That's cool. So you have contact to them or to a bunch of players. That's very cool because I heard from Dusty, as I told you before, he was a one alone man.
Is he playing this year?
He's playing. He dropped for a couple of years. He told me. And but every time come back and play a little bit, and he will play here. But
is he in the LLS team or LLSC? What do you call it?
Last chance, yeah.
Yeah. Isn't that the team that will win? Is it?
Don't pick up my questions before. This will be a question later, but it's one of the favorite teams.
I don't know anything about the scene right now. But if they have Dusty, I think they will have quite a chance.
We will come to this topic in a few questions, I think.
Sorry.
Because no, it's no problem. We don't have a script or something. I've write some questions down here for me, but it's no problem to hop around a little bit. One question you answered to me because my contact told me that I every time told him contact, Dusty asked me then, which is your suspicious contact?
I was wondering also.
I played 2001. He played the demo and is in Wolfenstein Gamer Science the first day, playing for PMCG, a German team. Don't know if you ever heard about it.
There was so many teams in the start, so
called Showtime, and he gave me all the facts that I have here on my sheet.
Nice.
Because
a true RTCW player, though.
Yeah, very.
That's nice to hear.
A lot of people come back, and in this days, you can say, or in this month, but he never stopped playing. So, and he told me some facts that I can't remember because I was 14 at this time, so never get the shit together. And but he know all the themes, and he told me that in the QuakeCon finals 2003, you played Assault with GMPO.
Yeah, the final.
And you had 92% of your sniper shots, and he told me, ask him why in Fences was so strong, and you told me you played 8 hours a day. So I think that's the answer.
Well, back in 2003, why we were so strong also, it was we had very, very strong strategy, and we were a bit geeky back then. We every centimeter of the map we had almost a name for, and me and Spear made one hell of a team with the Panzer and Sniper on almost every map, and we could we made a duo for something I haven't felt like before. I think before that time. I have felt it after that time, but I didn't have felt it before that time because he knew what I said before I said it or something. So me and Spear had some magical moments during 2003 and in RTCW, and it was it was very fun to play.
That sounds very nice.
He was the main panzer also, if you know that LL, and he and me, I was like the spotter for him. I spotted the enemies, and he, like I said before, he shoots in the blind, and almost like took out at least 2 people.
Nice. I think that's a special I don't know if this is the right word, but symbiosis between such players is not very often. So
no, that was quite odd, because we almost the first time when we played, it clicked, and it was we had to play together. And he wasn't in the team in 2002. He was so for him to come to Infensus, I think it has to be a big time for him. But we haven't talked about that. But and we had such a great team in 2003, and we played so much before together. We didn't have that the thing that we had to change the lineup or something. We had a great team, and everyone knew on every map what to do in every situation. So it was like flew very good in all the angles and all the what would you call it, crossfire lines. The crossfire lines was so important for us. Don't have a crossfire line if you don't have the crossfire. Don't do it on your own like that. Do it as a team.
A special team play in Wolfenstein. You can aim like a god, but you won't made it as a single person.
No, that's true.
Yeah. You told me a lot of the QuakeCon, and the QuakeCon 2003. Yeah, there was a rumor. So there was 1 hour of pause because they stopped the event because they told that you heard the comments from their communications. So they paused the game, and they take another seats, and that there was a little bit of delays, not a little bit of delay, there was a serious delay of 1 hour until the game goes on. So you was there, and he told me it was Infensus, which can't play because the enemy made a lot of shit talking or something like that. How serious was it? Was the QuakeCon event or the LAN event?
I don't really remember this event where a team changed places. I'm trying to remember where we played. We played in the I don't remember this event. I remember one time it happened like their keyboard was stuck and they couldn't change direction, and one team had to get a new keyboard.
Yeah,
that was one time when it passed a long time.
Yeah, I think that was one of those breaks. Dusty can imagine that something like that was exactly the same. That the event was paused. It was a rumor. I don't really know if it's the right word.
Do you know what team we played against?
The opponent was GMPO.
Yeah, it could be, but we played GMPO on the stage, so we couldn't change the places.
Okay. Yeah, maybe it was a hardware bug. So
one second, I have to turn off one thing that started here. Wait.
Yeah. Yeah, something like that happened, and the game was paused 1 hour. But we know all about, because I know the community. The community was on one side was nice, but I played the most time enemy territory, where I played very active, and there are a lot of players from the Wolfenstein community playing there, and the community was nice, I think, in comparison to Counter-Strike or something like that. But if you play serious, you play fucking serious. And the first 3 places got a lot of money for the placements. So yeah, every reason was okay to get the most effort. So yeah. But if you say it was quite serious, so you played on stage and something like that for a hardware bug was pause the game for 1 hour and change the keyboard. So you got.
I don't think. I don't remember. I don't think it was in the final when they changed the keyboard. I think it was when we played the bass. I remember a team had to, but I don't remember if one.
It shouldn't be the finals. It shouldn't be the finals. I don't know if it was a final, but it was a. It was a game in QuakeCon 2003, which was twitched or streamed. Yeah.
I don't really remember that. I remember one thing on the base when we played against one team there that we had to change our keyboard or something. I think it's in the Homie have done. I think it has to be on YouTube or something. That game.
Yeah, Homie upload a lot of stuff. I haven't the time until now to check it all, but I watched a lot of movies and also watched the Wolfenstein history of 2002 and 2003, and I got a little bit of tears in my eyes because I missed that time. And I never played like that, and that this time is gone. But the most of the old schoolers which come back, they're coming back and playing, and the most people, it's the most active scene right now since Dusty told me since 2008 or something was the time where Wolfenstein the community drops. The game died, and now it is on a peak like never before. So
it's when QuakeCon was announced, I think many people wanted to. I have to take the chance. It's a fun tournament, and I will definitely watch it. So it will be fun.
But back in the days, on your own decision, what was the best class, the best player on special classes? So did you remember some best lieutenant, best medic, best Panzerfaust, best sniper, and at least which was your hardest opponent, maybe at the QuakeCon or in the online events you ever played against? Some remember Mysot. It was a name before GMPO, as I heard.
Yeah, GMPO was a hard team to meet. They truly were. They were so strong aimers. And they have Rachel, or what do you call? Or what did he call?
Rachel, I know. I see some movies about him too.
Oh, what is he called? This dude. I'm trying to figure out what it was he's called. He was a really good player, and he was in the GamePO team. And but actually, they had one of the best snipers I ever met, and it was the Finnish dude, Versaucius or something. Oh, it's been like 16 years. I don't remember the names.
It's no problem. It's cool if you remember something about that time.
They were. It was fun to play against them. We played against them a lot before the QuakeCon, and they managed to beat us many times on Prax, and we bet them many times. But they were a good team, and the thing they didn't have that we had, it was the what I would call it the flu tactics. We could change our tactics in a second. Many teams couldn't do that. If you understand their tactics, you could lock them down, and that was many teams' weakness. That they didn't have a plan B, plan C, plan D. They had like one strat, and they were good at it. But if you knew their strat and you could understand the strat and their tactics, it was quite easy, I would say. And GPO had they were good. They were good aimers. They were maybe the best aimers in the game for a whole team, but they had a bit hard to change the strat fast. So in a game where we were locking them down in the defense, they had these took too long for them to change the strat for us for them.
Very hard if you can do that. That's the gameplay which makes you to one of the best teams if you can change your strategy as fast as possible and don't play.
You have to adapt. If the idea don't work, you have to change it directly. You can't talk about it during the game. You have to have a plan B or plan C. So I think that was the key for us in 2003. And but GamePro were truly a tremendous team. They were spot on the aim.
Okay, what was the hardest opponent you say, or is there as you can remember?
The game against the Doctors, I can't really evaluate that game because we weren't our top game that day. But that was a hard team also to meet. And GMPO was, I will rank them higher opponents. And I don't remember all the teams in Europe back then, but we have so many fun games up against Four Kings back in 2002. They were one of the best teams and funniest teams to play against. They were so nice, and they were always up to making new strats and trying them on us, and wanted us almost to know their strat and play so we could play together and to grow together. They were one of the best teams also. I have to mention them because they were so nice.
Cool. Yeah, I think some of them still playing. I don't know if Melinator was in the no. I
don't really remember the Knicks also again. But we I really liked them a lot.
Did you have a special class, a special name for a special class? Where do you remember? Maybe so the best medic. Have you somebody you remember? So say that was a.
Well, I have to tell. So Spear is one of the best Panzer I've ever played with, and I have also played against him. And he was a really smart Panzer. And he was in Infensus in 2003. And but I don't think there was any Panzerfaust around that was better than him. Then you have there is a Panzerfauster in Knöhörn, Serum, if you know him. He did very good also. He was also a very annoying Panzer to meet. He always come up with new ideas. Was a fun Panzer. Sometimes he was like, "What the fuck are you doing there?" And he was standing in a very odd place and killing the whole team. It was fun. Yeah, it was fun to meet. He had some new things almost for every game.
I have the honor to play against him yesterday. Was quite annoying. Strange shot, first spawn on village. That he
is he in the team for the QuakeCon?
Yeah.
No.
I could check it.
I'm checking it right now. Yeah, Malmenas Kungen Fettos is Serum. Yeah, Silosmutsy. That's nice.
Yeah. So,
that's a real old school team. That.
I don't know if it's a old school lineup from 2002, 2003 or something like that, but it's an old school team.
Well, I remember almost every nick in that lineup, but I'm missing Woof. Is he not playing?
Not really sure if he isn't listed, so I don't
Yeah, he's
think
not listed. That's sad. He's one of the nicest people.
Have an interview or try to get an interview with one of KHA. So at the moment, I hope Osmosis will take a little bit of time to answer questions, but he doesn't reply. I asked Fette for the first time, and we played yesterday against them, and I asked again, and everyone says, yeah, Osmosis will make it. And yeah, I think it's a nice guy of the team, and he should do all the things the others won't do, but maybe he will replay, and I can get an interview from him.
Yeah, that's a team I will root for.
Yeah.
I hope they win. They deserve it so much. They have always been active and always been there in the top. I don't really know if they ever won any big tournament with in RTCW, but they truly deserve it.
Yeah, most people saying in this event they will get the third place. And Lasser's chance will be the one, and second place will go to No Pressure.
No Pressure. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, they have.
See?
Yeah. I remember Chris in No Pressure.
I'm not really sure if David is still playing there.
And Toxic. Yeah, I remember some players there.
So, but you don't get any, any information about that you could say, yeah, that was a very suspicious medic or a very, very good lieutenant in a special class. So there will be a lot of good aimers, I think, but no one.
I don't really remember he was the best lieutenant. He was the best sniper, like that. I remember what I said on GMPO. They have a really sharp sniper, like Verisearch, the Finnish guy. I don't really know if that was his name, but he was one of the best snipers I ever met. And we played so many games online also before QuakeCon, and so we had so many duels. It was fun.
Okay.
But at QuakeCon, I came up at the top. I think I was a better sniper that day. But Lieutenant, I can't say anyone. The best medic I ever played with, maybe against, it was Samuel. He was also playing in defenses, but you can't have any more reliable medic than Samuel. He was in your ass all the time with the needle, and you could die 10 times in a row, and he was there for milliseconds. It was so good medic. But in Infensus, we had a tactics with that we call it the wall or something, where always the last guy was medicing. No one else should have the needle up before when we attack. Always the last guy. So the other guys was running over the body, so they couldn't shoot it.
Yeah.
And the last guy was medicing. So we call it the wall or something. Let's do the wall. Shoot. And we just and that was so everyone has to be sharp on the needle to revive.
I had a very good tactics I've seen in the movie. As you defuse dynamite on a sword with 3-inch, as it was planted twice or something like that.
Yeah, me and Keen was engineers, I think, and I think it was Samuel that arrested me there.
That was insane. I never see that before. I never see that after that. I think I watched the movie now, but I can't remember that I ever seen something like that. Quite awesome.
Yeah, it was good. It was I don't really remember that thing, but it was fun.
Yeah, as you told me, you was in a bubble at this time, so
yeah, that's a bit sad also, because I had so many I talked with and I played with that I don't really remember. other teams, other players from other countries and stuff like that. I almost only remember like the Infensus clan. I don't even remember all other Swedish players. I remember KuiH, Knöjehörn, because they were playing a lot with Infensus also. So I think they were in Infensus also when we had like 10 players or 12 players. So we had like 2 teams in Infensus one while, and that was Knöjehörn was one of the teams.
Nice to hear how to spell it, because Freck movie was the name spelled there, and I read it. I never heard the full name, and I think, is it the name of the movie or is it the name of the team? But it was Knöjehörn Until You Die or something. The movie. But there's one big question I think every player got, in special my contact. You played 2003 at the QuakeCon. You won the QuakeCon, and after that, he never played again. He told me he never see you again.
Yeah, we played after that. We even won a Euro Cup after that.
Okay, but he told me that you renamed or something like that to.
Yeah, Infensus never played again after 2003. That's true. But the lineup was we played. I think we played GMPO. We were in GMPO for a while there. Some players, me, Soden, Summel, and some other, or maybe it was before 2003. I don't really remember. But we did on the international team there for a while. But then we got inactive, many of us, and didn't play. And then Euro Cup 10, was it? I don't really remember what Euro Cup it was, but they announced that they would have a return to Castle Wolfenstein. And me and some other guys, we were live. We had to have a team. And we did manage to get a team, but we had so many players in that team. So we switched the lineup. We lost in the group stage. We were losing against team we almost never heard the name of. And we were quite irritated on that we couldn't have one team, one lineup. But in the playoffs, we managed to have almost the same lineup as we had in the 2003. We had, I think we were. I have to think. I have to Google this.
You won the QuakeCon 2003, and there was a rumor again, I think, that they said that you said as Infensus, okay, we reached the top, we got all we want, and we go now as a team which made the first place in the QuakeCon 2003, and we now stopped here, dropped as a team, and will never play again because we reached our goal. And yeah, sometimes later you play as Imaho, if I've spelled it right.
Imaho, we played as.
Yeah, but never again with Infensus. And yeah, so most people ask, so why is it come back? Why is it playing anymore? And yeah.
Well, when we played in the finals and we won, it was like a hurdle where it was, we reached the top, we did what we wanted to do, but then we have other goals. I think we started to play enemy territory, but we didn't like it at all.
Yeah, so most people don't like it.
We played it as Infensus because we had another Infensus team playing it, and we played together with them, and but I didn't really like it. I felt it was too spammy and it wasn't that fast. And And after that, sometime around that era, all players just dropped. So when they announced it, the Eurocup 10, we have to play, but we can't play with Infernus because we're not that team anymore. We had so many other players. We had international players. We had one player from the States in our lineup.
Wow,
We had one player from Denmark, Darky, in our lineup. Darky, I had to just say that he was one of the best aimers I ever seen. He was insane. And we had, I think he dropped, I don't really remember. But after the group play, we finally got our lineup. And the lineup were a mix of the two teams from 2002 and 2003. So we had Sod, Sumel, Spear, Civ, Sam, and Humbre in the final games. So we managed to win the Eurocup 10 also. And that was maybe the most hard tournament for us ever. But also the most, contributed tournament. We were so happy about it. It gave so much joy to win that because we didn't think we would win. We didn't think we would manage to get out of the group play. So to win that, it was almost better than QuakeCon. So because we didn't train and we didn't do anything for it before, and we was like, we have to rely on the old tactics. And with the other players that didn't knew the tactics, it was hard. But when we got the team to the finals, we were now we know each other. Now we can do what we used to.
It's very hard to hear that you, in the best days, you got two teams and then you haven't enough players to form one team, or not the Infernus team, better to say. The most people are going back to Wolfenstein as you played Enemy Territory because it was another game. It was too casual for the most people. That's what I've heard, and yeah. But you come back after now 16 years. My personal question is, did you play another game? Did you play console or something like Xbox, PlayStation? Did you play since anything else, or did you see?
Yeah,
don't know.
I'm a gamer, so I played. I played World of Warcraft for many years, and we were a highly rated guild for a while there, and I played many FPS games also. I think right after the Return to Castle Wolfenstein time, I played Quake 4. I managed to get on place number 4 or something at the best. That's in Duel in DreamHack.
Oh, okay.
So that was quite good, but I got on the contract and stuff like that, and I was like, okay, I have to be very good. I have to do this. So I played a lot, but I didn't find that so attractive after playing Return to Castle Wolfenstein, where you played as a team all the time. Where you were 6 players, you played together, you won as a team. And to Duel, it's so much just focus around you. And if you win, it was like, yeah, I won. How about that? Anyone else? But you couldn't share the joy, so it wasn't that fun. So at some point there, I just stopped playing FPS for a while also. And that I think that was the time when I started to play World of Warcraft a lot.
So I think I need to cut this World of Warcraft part, because the most people say, "Oh my God, World of Warcraft!" Yeah, but I know that feeling. I started playing World of Warcraft where I played Wolfenstein and World of Warcraft at the same time. I think that was one of the reasons I never get good enough in 2000, I don't know, 6, 7 or something, because I played this. I don't play one game only. But I think, okay, if I played another game, another FPS shooter, it will be more terrible as World of Warcraft. But yeah.
World of Warcraft was a nice game, and like in Return to Castle Wolfenstein, when you managed to beat a raid, it was a joy for the whole guild.
Yeah.
So I think it was the same joy for me to do things together. And I couldn't find any new FPS game that had that joy at that time. But yeah, we picked up the FPS in, what was it, Black Ops or something, and we did quite good in that team also, in that game also. I think it was Black Ops 1 we did quite good at. I don't really remember, but we were only friends from the same town doing that game, so it was quite hard because we weren't that good, everyone. But our strategy was quite good, and we managed to get very far in the clan-based Eurocup there. So it was fun.
Yeah, I heard that you said a lot of times fun. No words about pressure or something else to be the best or be the good one. It's cool to hear that you play for fun and not for for money, maybe. Money was a good saying around it, but
I actually can say that I have hard time to playing just for the fun. I have had that all my life, because I always, when I play a game, want to be the best.
Yeah, I know that feeling.
I still have it. I play Valorant and other games right now with friends in my hometown, and it's hard for me to just play it with joy, and I try to do it, and I try to do it a lot, but it's hard. It's hard to do it in like only 50% give it a chance. That's why I didn't now for the QuakeCon, this tournament, the new tournament, I didn't want to be in the tournament because I don't know if I could get the hours to be that good that I want to be for a tournament. So I don't want to be in a tournament that I'm not prepared for.
I still heard a lot of hearts breaking now, because it's one of my question, and it was I think the second line in a Discord. So, oh my God, Civ is back. Did you play the cup and come in Fences back? And it was so wow, okay. Because you joined after 16 years. I don't know. That's one of my questions I want to ask you too. What was the reason you come back so?
Well, it was truly the QuakeCon. When I heard about it, I think it was Homie that told me. I've been in contact with Homie sometime.
Okay.
And some other players that contacted me on Discord. And when I heard that, I just had to give it a try, the game a try, and just feel on it again, because I knew about the gather and stuff like that. I will try it. I will give it a chance. But when I played, I think I had, But the thing that catch up to me was this is not my team. I will not play with my team that I was playing with before. And to perform, I have to play with a team that I 100% trust. So after that gather, I was like, I will never get that feeling again in this game because my teammates will never play it again. So to start up with a new team, what was it, 5 weeks before a tournament, and trying to be very good, it's hard. It's hard in a game where the tactics is you depend on it so much, and you depend on that you know every voice that they say and every place that they call outs and stuff like that. So I just gave it up. Just right after the gather, I will not play.
So there was a question if you want to play this QuakeCon or with a team, and so as I heard, you want to see the stream but won't play. But as I heard, and I've take notes now. And Fences will come back to the next Nations Cup. But it will be quite awesome if you have contact to your old mates, and a slim lineup of Fences will be played one time maybe in, don't know, next year. So it was.
I don't really think that would happen, but we are all old now, and the most of us have old children and stuff like that, and some of the players don't even own a computer anymore. So but I will give it a try again and gather, but I think I will give it a try after QuakeCon where the hype is a bit lower than just because I got a config from Malmen, and Jin also sent me some things to manage the config better, and after I tried that, it looked better, and I could see the enemies and stuff like that. I had my old config from 2004, so I don't really know what changed in the game, but it was better with those configs, with those graphic settings.
But it's nice to know that you that you like the game and still follow the game until now, or now again.
I tried to follow some tournaments on the like you said before, the Christmas tournament or something like that, and I've seen some games when there were some stream, but I don't know what players that are good now and what team that has been active all the years, and but Knöjhörn is in the tournament, and I just feel that I have to root on them because they are some of my friends from back old days. So I really, really hope they win.
Yeah, that will be awesome. We hope that after the event, after QuakeCon, we still got the players that they won't leave because it's a QuakeCon and it's the Corona thing. So most people don't know what to do in this time. So, but we hope that the community won't be break down anymore. So we have a stable community, maybe get some other players which will watch the Bethesda event. And I found a YouTube video from Jackhammer, I think was it, or something. Jack Frax was his name, which played Wolfenstein 2018 on a multiplayer server, on a bottled server, and he played this game too in this early years of his life, and I talked a little bit about it and why it was such a great game. And I scrolled down the comments, and it was a lot of comments, over 1,000 I think. The most comments are, wow, this game still exists, and we played enemy territory after that, and don't know. It would be great if we get a rework and such things. So that is the reason why Homie upload a lot of videos and something like that, a lot of movies. So I hope that the community will maybe grow a little bit and more old schoolers will come back if it's possible.
That would be awesome. But isn't there a project already for Reborn to Castle Wolfenstein? Isn't that
just for enemy territory? It's a community project, I know. But the last, I don't know if there's a rework. Maybe Bethesda will see which community is behind the old game. Made a new Wolfenstein with a multiplayer. That was the first point, because other Wolfensteins, I don't know if you played them, only got single player.
I played a single player, maybe 5 times or something.
That was a co-op game. Now the next step will be a multiplayer game. That will be awesome. But when they will release it in this...
Will the new Return to Wolfenstein game be multiplayer? My brother worked with Machine Games before.
Oh, what? Quite awesome.
There's actually an Easter egg in one of the games where with my nick on a graveyard.
It will still be awesome, but I think it will be more problem to catch the old school players with a new Wolfenstein. because I think
awesome.
it will look it will be look like the new Wolfenstein. It remembers me that I think every time it's a new Quake or something. Too much graphic, no more fast gameplay. The multiplayer could be like Call of Duty, so it will be very difficult to make a game on the old school settings.
Yeah, I've always dreamt about that. A new Wolfenstein with new engines and stuff like that. That would be awesome, but I don't really know. As you said, will it work? I don't really know. Will the community accept that kind of game? Because I think the bad with Return to Castle Wolfenstein, if we should talk about that, is that it takes quite a long time to get very good at. And for a new player, it's hard to understand the game because it's so many classes and it's so many things that you can die from if you don't know them. So I think that's maybe the bad with those kind of games where you can't we take Counter-Strike. You just jump in and have your gun and shoot. That's the thing. You don't need to do anything else. It's easy. And I don't know if the community will accept it, but we have games like Overwatch and Valorant with classes also. But I would rate RTCW as one of the hardest game to
learn.
To learn and to master. It's quite many things you have to You have to know their spawn. Just take that for example. You have to attack under a short spawn. How many players will do that in the beginning of a game? Will understand how important that is.
Without a spawn timer in the game. Don't know if you played the last Wolfenstein before Bethesda claimed it, I think, or Machine Games claimed it is a better word. The Wolfenstein which released in 2009. Did you remember?
I think I played all the new Wolfenstein sometime, but 2009.
It was like not really a remake, but you have.
Actually, I haven't. I don't think I played this game. It looks good.
It looks good. The single player was quite good, but the multiplayer was too much single player. The first thing that you thought you played a Call of Duty and you have special abilities.
Yeah, now I remember. Yeah, I played it.
And the most people, quit instantly. They played 2 rounds and what is it shit, and still go back to the original Wolfenstein or to enemy territory. I think this game dies very fast. So
yeah, that's so sad that they can't manage to gather up the enemy territory and RTCW to one game, because I think there's still active players in enemy territory. Is it? Because ET and RTCW was contesting about the player base for a while. I know.
There's still players in enemy territory. They finished a very good Nations Cup 1 month before with 12 teams, I think.
Yeah.
There's still a player base on Wolfenstein, and a player base on enemy territory, and they're still switching. So you got some players which playing enemy territory in the first, but still hopping into Wolfenstein 2.
Yeah, the dream would be to have one game for all these player base, and a new game maybe that everyone loves and be a great community again.
There's the fact that the community of enemy territory the most people hates Wolfenstein, and the most Wolfenstein people hates enemy territory.
Yeah, that's sad. We're all people.
When you switch from Wolfenstein to enemy territory, you was quite a good player, because enemy territory was a little bit easier to handle. For me, it was a boost from playing Wolfenstein to enemy territory. As I joined enemy territory, I felt like I have superpowers, because enemy territory was more casual and easier to learn.
Yeah, that was the thing that happened to Wolfenstein. All the not top teams. What you could say, like we were like 4 top teams in Europe. When enemy territory arrived, and all the other teams just switched game. So those teams were very good at ET after a while, but they never came back to RTCW. And I understand them. A new game, and they can be the best in if they have tried for so many years and didn't manage to in RTCW. And in ET, they managed to like be the top team quite fast because they were such a good team already in RTCW. I understand, but it made the RTCW scene to die out rather fast.
Some people hopped back, so but the most people are in this mood. I want to play the actual game and will be good at it. So the most people switched.
Yeah, I think it's arrived like in 2003, did it? I think it arrived like that, or they announced it like before QuakeCon in maybe April or something.
May 2003, yeah.
Yeah, so already back then, all the the base that didn't go to QuakeCon, they turned to ET right back then and stopped play. So I remember we had like 4 or 5 good teams to play against in Europe for the QuakeCon, because all other teams have changed to the other game. So that was quite sad that ET came out just before that, but I think it destroyed the community quite a bit.
Yeah, but ET going down as well, or goes down as well. It was too early to release enemy territory, I think. 2 years after Wolfenstein, it was too early.
Yeah, I think so also. We had a very big player base in RTCW. I think I read something about it was bigger than Counter-Strike in 2002, 2003, something like that. But when enemy territory came, it was split, and yeah, both games were not that big, but enemy territory got bigger after 2003, I think.
It split the player base into 2 parts, and one of the game died, and that was not enemy territory, that was Wolfenstein. Enemy territory was played very well until 2012, I think. I've played very active in this time, but then from one day to the other, in the night, clan base dropped. So the site go offline, and that was the active site for Wolfenstein, for RTCW, and for enemy territory. There was a platform for all Open Cups, for all Nation Cups, and it never get a foot into the European Sports Leagues, ESL.
No.
Yeah, and
I think that was sad.
Then the scene died. So I think that was a time where we quit playing enemy territory too. Maybe other people want to hear something more about your past, but I think they can post it in the commentaries or give me a hint.
If they want to hear something, they can just write to me at Discord and I can tell them.
Maybe the whole community does that.
Nah, it's not that many players that know me anymore nowadays. The new players don't really know, who I am and stuff like that. It's just the old players, and that it's not that many anymore.
Would be nice to see you playing in the future sometimes. Would be cool.
Yeah, I will definitely, like I said before, play some Gather again when the QuakeCon is over, and I can just sit and relax and maybe
no pressure.
Yeah,
no pressure.
No pressure. I don't feel pressure. That's the one thing for me. I can't feel pressure.
You can say you can greet out someone if you want, or have some special notice to the community, something you want to tell, So
some special words at the end. That's the thing I'm bad at. I just think that the RTCW community is a great community, and I think every player should like try to keep it that way, and don't like be haters or what you call them. Just be like the RTCW family, like it's always been. Help each other. That's the best thing.
no greetings to old mates. If you hear that, please come back.
Yeah, my family. Not my wife, but who I live with, Nicolina, and I will agree to hear her. And yeah, that's about it. and I think Infancy should come back, but that will never happen. I will also be happy, but it will never happen. Maybe I could get like 1 or 2 players back just to play some gatherers, and but even that will be hard.
I know. That will be hard.
Yeah.
Life is going on, so
yeah, that's true.
But very nice that you have the time and that you talked so much with me. I never, think that happened because the information I've got was Civ never gave interviews to someone, never talked to anyone, and it was like, oh, okay, maybe he is a strange guy.
I'm a strange person. That's true.
You're a very nice guy, as I can say from the talking now.
Well, before we end the interview, I have to have one question for you. What was your favorite RTCW moment in your history for yourself? What you did in your RTCW history, not in any else, not in like, I saw you do that and something. Or what did you do like that changed your passion for the game, like that you remember a nice play, a tournament that was fun or something?
Well, I have a very strange moment as I played in a cup in 2012, I think. It was an action that everybody will remember because I missed a Panzer shot on base. I jumped on the bridge. I must say I never played Panzer before, and was a good team player, but don't have the skill for the high class. And but I jumped on the bridge. There was a full raid until the tunnel from the elite side, and I got a hit. And the aim punch hits me, Panzerfaust drops down, and I hit the bridge and splatter, and they passed through, and we lost the game. They planted, and we lost the game in the last minute.
That wasn't the best memory to share.
it was a strange moment. I remembered because Warwick cast this game and was on my view as it happens, and say, "What the fuck happens there?" But I remember a lot of good times on public shows and a lot of good times with my fun clan at the beginning. I think the best moment of my life in RTCW was to grow up with this game. I got
the community.
The community the community. The community
that was the old days.
I found a lot of good people there. I'm still playing with them. It's around 60 years now, and that's the greatest experience I've ever had, I think.
Well, that's nice to hear. One game that can do so much for every person. That's fun. Very fun to hear. No, true. And I remember one server also, Efterlyst, if you remember that. Everyone will play that server, and it was a public server, and we have so much fun on it. It was a great community. The strongest team in Germany back in the old days was MTW. They were definitely the strongest German team I remember.
I know that name from other games like Counter-Strike. They have different games that they're playing.
Yeah, MTW was a very what do you call it? Big clan. They have, yeah, like you said, many teams in many games.
I think Four Kings was the same. Have many games. Plan B was that too. Plan B has also many teams, I think. Also teams that doesn't exist anymore. It's kind of hard. Plans that doesn't exist anymore. I think Four Kings closed 2014 or something like that. I think I asked my last question 1 hour before. So,
well,
just small talk with you.
Small talk, yeah. That's so good. Well, thank you for asking me.
Thank you for answering me. Thank you that you have time.
And I hope to see you in the Gather server so we can chit chat some more.
Yeah, if you are there too, then I will be there. No pressure.
Well, have a great time and good luck in the tournament.
Yeah, thank you. Have a good time too.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. So, that was a great interview with Civ. So as you hear, you can contact him in the Discord, ask him your questions, and he will reply to it. And that will be cool, but it will be also cool if we don't leave because 40 people or something like that ask him different questions. So yeah, but I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. I thought I cut out some more bullshit I talked about. So one thing was I talked about the QuakeCon 1 was the wrong one. I don't really know. But yeah. And as I said in the chat, we could make another short interview, live interview, because as I planned this stream, it would be now the first match. The first match would be playing now, but they changed the dates, so it's 1 hour to the first game. So I need to take a little bit of time here. And I will still get Cliff Dark, maybe for a little interview here. And he is one of the community managers. And yeah, let's try if he's there.
Welcome back.
Cliff? Cliff?
Yeah.
Oh, hello Cliff. Are you interested in a little live interview for the community, for the listeners, for the viewers?
Yeah, I can do it. Sure.
Well, your name was dropped in the stream from Dusty, and I think some people of the old schoolers maybe don't really know your name. To be honest, I don't remember you too. So tell me a little bit about you. And when you start playing Return to Castle Wolfenstein, and yeah, what you're doing now?
Okay, yeah, of course. The old schoolers, they won't know my nick because I didn't play at that time. But I started around 2007, so kind of late. Coming into the game, I would say. But yeah, I was 14 at the moment, and I was playing also Quake 4. But I decided to play RTCW instead of Quake 4, and I noticed RTCW was a really difficult game. I was kind of frustrated at the first months. Like I hadn't a chance to kill anyone. It was really hard. But yeah, after some time, I just met some players like on a public server, and they helped me out with, some tips on config, and I read also some stuff online, helped me, maybe some videos as well. Frag movies, and yeah, after that I was just playing better automatically. I also met Homie 2007, and one player called Vimp, who is a real life friend of Homie. I don't know if they are still friends, but at that time they were. And I also met Void like at 2009, like in Belgium. Real, like I just visit them, and yeah, I was like playing on 1.0, not the OSP version, even on 2007, because I thought OSP was completely dead and I didn't find any players there, so 1.0 was kind of active. And yeah, just build a team with public people, public server people, like many of the players have done in their career, I would say, of RTCW. And yeah, that's what I can say first. Maybe you want to ask something else, or should I go on?
Well, just a little bit of marks from me. I also see that there was no real public, so no public servers for OSP. Still at the moment there are Shrub mod server at the most, LCV bot mod servers. How did it called? What was the bot name? I'm not really sure. But yeah, the most servers are bot servers, and there's one public Shrub mod and 1 or 2 LCV public mod servers. So for version 1.0, and yeah, we try to set up a new OSP server, and at the moment it is at the moment there are 21 people on there, but I think that will be resultate from the QuakeCon event and matches that starts in 1 hour. So what I see is that you got a little bit promoted, as you can say that, to one of the community managers, if you can say that. So you made a lot of organizing stuff and something else for cups, for teams and something like that. Is it first one? Is it right? And is it a role that you want, or did you grow in this role?
Yeah, I like that role, and I love this game. I like the community, and I decided to spend time doing this. So I keep talking with people to come back and enjoy the game, like around this QuakeCon peak activity periods. I could reach some people, and they actually came back, so I was glad that it worked. And yeah, it is kind of true, but this admin organizing stuff, but like not that 100%, because it was basically Homie was the main man behind all of this things since 2018 or something, where I came also back for the Christmas Cups. Like end of 2018 was this Christmas Cup, and then on February and March 2019, and then again end of 2019. So that all was Homie's work.
And yeah, I was happy that he did it. And I decided to organize them with the help of Bully and Virus and Murky, the Winter Storm League that was like between January and April 2020.
Yeah, that's right. I played a little bit there too.
Yeah, it was successful. I was happy that it worked, that it brought more activity, even that teams were starting to get kind of out of the rusty stuff, and players as well. Like before the one-day cups, they were just we were all rusty and we played like just for fun. Somehow some teams were kind of really active somehow, and we noticed the difference. But now we have a lot of activity, we have more competition, more players, more teams. We're happy that it worked. And as I said, when I met Homie like 2007, I remember we also wanted to do the when we organized one cup at 1.0, and we did it also, like, or two. I don't remember, one or two. But from 2007, we had the idea. We had this: if there isn't activity going on, let's just organize something to bring activity, you know. And since then, I would always be gladly, if I have the time, of course, and I have some support to keep organizing cups, competitions in a short or long term. Yeah, that's what I can say about it.
Okay, that's a very interesting fact, because as you said, you had not so much time and so on. Every time I'm looking into the Discord or on this, in the Discord server, there's a hint: Cliff Dark plays Return to Castle Wolfenstein, and you when someone asks for a gather, it's 3 a.m, it's you. So
these days I have a free time a lot, so I would basically start to work in like either middle of month again or end of month. But during this free time, I would basically invest everything in RTCW, because of the QuakeCon, and just make it active as much as possible. A lot of people are also doing that, so I would help, of course, in that matter. And what I wanted to say also, it is kind of also difficult sometimes, because like a lot of players, maybe Dusty say this, and also Civ, you had your team, like their team you had back in the day, and now you don't have your own team. Like it was in my case, it was 2009, 2010 Indomitus with Twister, Oranje, Dictator, Urtier, Homie, Virus, and Art, and we played like 1.5 years together, I think.
You played with Urtier? Okay, cool.
Yeah, and it was a pretty good team, because we played a lot together, and the lineup was just good. The chemistry, we would just stick together. Like if we lost a lot, we would still keep together. And that was like my best times, like around 2009, 2010. I really miss that. And if Twister hears me, I wish he would play, but we asked him several times. Unfortunately, he can't now at the moment, but maybe in the future, I don't know. What I want to say, I just wanted to be part of the QuakeCon now. I was also thinking at the beginning, okay, should I play or not, because it's difficult to make like a team in such a short time.
Yeah.
And that everything works. Of course, it's also another aspect. Sometimes some things work. Sometimes, it won't work at all. And I just decided let's just do it. Let's just have fun. Let's just play. Because I don't know, in the future we don't know what is going to be if we will still be playing this game, which is a great game, and we should use these opportunities, of course, to play.
Yeah, that's right. It's kind of cool that such a old game got a very, very strong community. For me, I can say that I played again 2019 in the Xmas Cup. And I think the last one was 2012 in the Cup. It's caused by Warwich. I know that because I stored the cast from him, downloaded it from Twitch and saved it. So it's very, very cool that so much players are available at the moment. I think that it's a QuakeCon hit now and the Corona. So I still hope that we got enough players after that event too. Maybe the community will grow a little bit more. Some people come back, some old schoolers. And it won't be the standard situation, because we know that the most people they are playing now are around 30 and 40, something between that. If they started playing like us with 14, 15, we got some other dudes that are a little bit older, because they are older teenagers or like in the 20s as they're playing Wolfenstein. So I know a guy. I don't know what if he still lives. You can say it was Wupper. I don't know if someone ever heard this name. He played for a team I can't remember anymore, but we got him a bunch of time in my team, and I think he was 47 and playing Wolfenstein and a little bit of enemy territory with us, and that that was 10 years ago. So
it's nice to see such old players playing, and we have different generations actually at the moment. Like for example, I'm now 27. I'm not that into the 30s, but soon. But when I'm not also playing with, for example, Showtime, he's like around 42 or 43. I don't know.
Don't say his real age here. Don't know either, but he's one of the guys who was in the older teenage years. So I think he can start playing, I think. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Like there are different generations already in RTCW, and I'm happy to play with players that played like long time ago, so they can tell me how it was. And I enjoy playing with newer players that have adapted like quite really fast to RTCW. But the old players, they can tell you always some tricks, some stuff you don't know.
Yeah.
Like now we have a lot of aim power based thing, but back in the day, I think the tactics were like really very important, and I enjoy playing with like tactical team players, because it's a good feeling for the team if it works. I don't like the individual plays. I'm not a fan of it, and I'm some player that really wants to play for the team, and also depends on the overall team performance. I would say if the team is kind of playing with good team play and it's going like well, it will push forward, you know.
Yeah, right. So as I heard a rumor is my new favorite word. For the people that doesn't know it, I really don't know that word for that meaning. It's when some people are whispering and said, "Yeah, have you heard that and that?" Yeah. And this rumor is that there maybe is a Nations Cup in the next future. So after the QuakeCon, there's no several dates set, but somebody told me that you are planning a Nations Cup. So
yeah, Nations Cup would be really good. Yeah, I want actually to do it. I wanted to do it basically on this time before we got that announcement of the QuakeCon guy, and yeah, now it's going to be even better because of the activity. We could have one Nations Cup, maybe a month after this, and some other Season 6 cups. Like, I will try. I will try to get the time to do it. If I work full time, of course, I need some support, but I'm sure the community is there and will support, and we'll also look forward to it.
Yeah, if you need some help, I think people will help. So as Civ told us in the interview, be kind of nice, be a family in the community and help each other. So my part is more organize things or make some things around RTCW instead of playing. And yeah. But you know that too. You played a little bit with me a few times, so you know what I'm talking about. So
yeah, I like how everyone helps somehow. I mean, some not necessarily try to organize something, but they're just there as active players. Some like to stream, some like to be active on the gathers. Or on 3-on-3 games, whatever. I'm happy that the game is so active and the players have came back. Of course, would be cool if I had my old team from 2010 there, like a lot of players. But just have fun and have some good games. It's the main message, basically. Because I remember on 2007, like we were some team of public players, but we liked the game that much that we just went to a higher level of competition on 1.0 at that time, and then we would discover, of course, that OSP wasn't dead at all. It was kind of inactive public-wise, but there were still some cups, and we enjoyed playing from there on against teams like One Soldier of Proms, Merlinator, Sharky, Dusty, and so on. And of course, we were also really happy when KH made a comeback, because I think they were kind of inactive at that time, but then they came back somehow around 2009 or 10, I don't remember. Even Rewind came to 1009 up, and we were like really happy playing like versus those teams, like old school teams or middle school. I don't know how to say it.
Yeah.
But same as now. I'm just happy playing against new and old players, and that we are all our community together and enjoy the game.
It will be very nice if some people are come back from bigger names you've heard. So some people disappeared. Nobody ever heard about them. Like I think Gautier was gone, and nobody knows what he's doing. But yeah, the most people there got now families, other interest jobs, and yeah. Let's see what the time will tell us. Maybe we got some surprises in the next future. That will be very cool. Did you hear about the fact how the QuakeCon event will come to a contract or come to this point? We are now standing here. Or didn't you have heard any information about that? Because I was surprised by the fact, and still ask around who can tell me something about that. So maybe you have heard something?
You mean about the QuakeCon, the stream, the official stream?
Yes, right. But the most people maybe don't know is that this event is hosted, not really hosted, but got the signature of Bethesda, and we are able to use the name and made something like that. What we now doing here. So
yeah, they told us we could, as community, just run the cup as we would liked, and it would be like it will have a spot on the home party stream. The final, of course, will be there. So yeah, I mean, we were just happy that could happen. The side effect, of course, a huge activity started, and
because I talked to Virus and ask him, because I heard some people say that he is the guy who contracted with Bethesda, and to all who don't know Virus, it's because he's from the NA community. Return to Castle Wolfenstein has two communities. The European one, we are now here, and USA, the NA teams and the community, and he wrote me that he and Gut were both contacted by someone who works at the QuakeCon months ago, and they brainstorming something like this. Since the official QuakeCon was getting cancelled, and they basically now had the freedom to whatever they wanted to do, you can say, and they were planning an online event, as we know, and as we see here, the official Bethesda stream starts a few minutes before, I think, or 1 hour before, and there was the opportunity to make a stream with Wolfenstein or Quake Wars. And it was so they used Return to Castle Wolfenstein, as we know now.
Yeah, that was really good news there, and we just didn't miss that opportunity and decided to do this. Of course, really a lot of thanks to the admin team that could set up a lot of stuff. Virus, Chromes are probably the main guys doing all the a lot of the infrastructure, everything that you need to know, rules, servers, organization, how it will play it. So, but yeah, I also talked kind of there as well. I give my input And yeah, it means if the community wants to do it, you will probably get help always and from players. And yeah, that's why I would try to also host Nations Cup and 6-on-6 Cup in the future.
Yeah, it will be very cool if there will be future events together with Bethesda, and some people don't know it, I think, but the closer the QuakeCon event is running through to us, or is coming closer, the folks from the QuakeCon, from the official stuff, will be less and less. So the most people jumped off from QuakeCon, and they planned a lot of other stuff, and the representatives from the QuakeCon got smaller and smaller, so they only got this 1 hour time slot. As I understand him right, there was more time for the game at the first, and now it's only 1 hour. And what I was a little bit shocked about it was the QuakeCon is an American event, you can say, and the teams from America don't get a time slot, and having the possibility to stream that on the official server.
Yeah.
That's very. I was shocked. So my first thinking was, my first idea. Okay, the first one from the EU teams played against the first one from the NA teams, but there are difficulties with the time, with the shift between the continents. So I think there are 12 hours or something in this time, in this country, or on this side of the USA. So as I talked to Crumbs, I think he told me we got the time scale for 1 p.m. and they got it for 1 a.m. or something like that. So yeah, but as I read in the Discord, you told me that you have to bring some map eliminations.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I need to do it like now, the map elimination. So I already done it, and we don't have delays. But yeah, thank you very much for the interview, Cobra, and yeah, keep it up on the good work.
I need to thank you. Keep on going, and I hope to see you and your team in the games, because I heard that Risk have internet problems, and so the Panzer will still be missing. So I hope he can join.
I hope so.
Or find another one from the Rooster that is available. So see you soon.
Okay, see you soon, huh?
Yeah, and bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
User disconnected from your channel.
So as you see, there are many things to do, and as you see, my video stream is offline here. So to check out, I want to add some picture here, because it's my regularly stream setup here. But I made a little picture, and I need to find it. So where I put it in here. Okay, doesn't fit really smooth to my overlay, so maybe we'll shoot that. And Put it here. And made it a little bit... Oh, I put the wrong scene here. And make it a little bit smaller. So, yeah. Does it fit better? So, yeah. For the QuakeCon time, you know what you're watching, because I think I'm one of the only
I'm out of sight. Shudder